All right, gentlemen. Good morning, or good evening, or good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Speaking to a lovely man in Australia this morning, and it's evening time there. Um, all right, guys. So, look, apologies that we are a few minutes late this morning. I had some trouble with some technology stuff going on. Getting the slides up on the screen today, so I've managed to sort it out using my problem solving skills. So we sorted that out. Just checking that we are actually live inside of the group. So as you know, guys, this is pretty much a pretty new group, right? Welcome to the group, by the way, you guys that have just come in and looking to get some insights from what we do here at Indestructible Men and how we have how we're getting exceptional results for clients, not just in weight loss, but long-term sustainable habit change and lifestyle transformations that we use. All right. So look, just a quick reminder. You can remember that you've got if you go into the topics section, you can access the 5-pillar protocol that we use with clients. You can go in there. There are 15, 20-minute trainings. So there's 5 of those. So we cover mindset, we cover lifestyle factors, we cover exercise and movement, we cover nutrition, and we cover habit change as well. Okay. So there will be a lot of a ton of value that will be added into this group in the coming weeks and months and years. Loads of stuff like that I'm passionate about, and I will continue to share this expertise with you guys and hopefully help you take massive action in your life. Okay, so once again, welcome to the group, and look, feel free to reach out if you've got any questions, anything at all that you want to ask, anything that you need help with. Feel free to drop me a message. So look, today's specific training, we're going to be doing a training like this every single week, a bit more in depth. Okay, there will be a ton of value shared every day here, but each week we'll have a live training like this. You guys can log in and watch this. You can also watch the recording. The recording will be stored inside of this group that you can access, and you can also access all the old trainings as well. Okay, so look, what we're going to cover today, right? Let's crack on with today's particular subject, and it's this, right? Like how to create indestructible momentum, okay, confidence and energy that builds and grows every single day. Okay, so what do we mean by this, right? It's not just a case of, well, once I achieve my goal, then I'll have more confidence, right? I hear this a lot. It's not a case of once I get there, then I'll be happy, then I'll feel great. This is about feeling great on a daily basis, right? And working on you developing these key habits, and that will be sustainable to you, that you can do continuously and on the long run, right? For the long term, that which is what everybody wants, right? Nobody wants to do something for a month and then go back to old habits, right? What is the point in that? So this is what we're looking to create, right? Now, the reason why I've used the word momentum here, right? I'm a big believer that, like, a lot of people think, right? It's like, oh, I need motivation, right? Now, momentum is much more powerful than motivation if you think about it, right? Like in my head, right, I've got like, it's not motivation that I need, it's momentum, right? Because momentum is something that grows, right? It builds, it continues to get stronger. It's like that snowball effect. Like if you start doing something, you start taking the small actions that all add up, and over time it's got this big massive snowball momentum. And like imagine in 5-10 years, like how where that momentum has taken you, right? So momentum is way more powerful than motivation, right? Motivation is great for getting you started on a journey, but then it's the habits that keep you going, right? And you can go and watch the power of habit training that I've put into this group under the topics section, right? the habits training, the power of habits. And we talk about that specifically, right? The power of habit is way more powerful than motivation. It's like motivation is great for getting you started on a journey. Okay, we all need that motive, that reason. That's what motivation is, right? The reason to start something. But it's not going to last, right? Like eventually that motivation starts to die off. So it's that momentum, those habits that continue and will keep you running on the journey for the long haul. Okay, so look, this is what we're going to cover today. We're going to give you some key tools that we use with clients inside our programs. So what you're going to get is the Indestructible Man's #1 daily go-to tool for protecting the two most important assets for men who want to achieve lasting transformation, right? Two most important assets, what are they? Okay, and we're going to cover this as energy and confidence, right? Especially for the modern man, right? Without, like, when energy is low, like, how do you show up in life? How do you deal with situations, right? It's not just with your physical aspect of it. It's like the other areas of your life, the running of the business, the focus, the relationships, the relationship with your kids and stuff. So it's critical, right? And then confidence as well. Like, confidence is a key thing, right? For you to sustain long-term health, right? How do we protect that confidence? And how do we create that confidence as well? Okay, because without confidence, it's quite hard, right? You'll doubt yourself and you'll make an ass of things, right? The second thing we're going to look at is we're going to get 2 of the morning rituals that indestructible men are using to create elevated emotions so they can always start the day ready to take on anything that the day will throw at them, okay? Very powerful. So 2 most important assets, right? We already spoke about this briefly. Energy and confidence, right? Energy and confidence are 2 critical components when it comes to achieving any goal. That you're going to need energy, you're going to need confidence, right? Now, how do we do this, right? Like, how do we go about it, right? Well, here's the thing. Both of these have to be created, right? It's not something that you have or you don't. It's not hereditary. It's not in the genes. And we're going to cover this, why this is true in just a second, right? Like, I've been doing this personal development stuff for years now, right? And I remember, like, when I first started, like, I didn't have confidence, right? I didn't have, like, my energy was down. I had no energy to do things. And it's like, how can I get out of this rut, right? And then we started working on techniques, and I realized the importance of this, right? And how, as a man, but women as well, right? It's how critical it is for us to both protect and create. Now, energy and confidence, like, can be created, right? That's a great thing. Like, you can create it today, right? You don't have to wait until 3 months' time until you hit that goal. Like, you can start working on that today, and you can create that today. Okay, and that's my aim for you today, right? Is to get you started on a couple of key habits that will get you to that place, right? It's not like most people just wait, right? Like, when I have the confidence, I'll go and do it, right? Or when I have the energy, I'll go and do it, right? But if you don't take action, like, it's not just going to arrive, right? It's not just going to come. Okay, so let's look at this way, right? The average man has, and I said man here because we work with men, but also that, like, for women it's actually way more, right? If you'll notice, the women, they talk loads and they don't shut up and all that stuff, but they have way more thoughts than men, right? Research has shown this. But for the average man, like, an average man has over 60,000 thoughts per day. That's a lot of thoughts, right? That running through a person's head. Now, here's a kicker, right? Over 80% of these thoughts are negative. Now, this is good, by the way. It's not a bad thing. It's actually very good, but it can also work against us. So this is why it's critical to understand why I'm doing this training today and why I'm showing you this stuff, right? So why are over 80% of our thoughts, like, primarily negative, right? So look, if you look at this way, right, the way we've been created, like we're like animals, right? We are put on earth. I don't know how we came on earth, but like we are built to survive, right? It's like people, animals in the jungle, in the forest and stuff, like they need to be the more threat aware that an animal is, the like his the better capability of it to survive in the wild. And it's the same for us, right? Like our brains are survival machines. They are built to keep us alive, which means you're constantly scanning for threats, right? So it will always look primarily for negatives, like what is wrong, what is going wrong in a situation, like what could go wrong in a situation, like what if this happens, right? It's always scanning that. That's not a bad thing. It's actually very good to be analytical like that. Okay. But the good thing, it's a good thing, right? But it can also be a bad thing because it can work against you, right? So we must train the mind as well as the body. So I love this, right? Look, there are only so many fucks you can give in a day. So we may as well start giving a fuck about what truly matters to you, right? There's only so many fucks. There's only so much energy that we have to give to things. So we might as well start giving a shit about what is important, right? What truly matters to you, what is fundamental, right? Because let's be honest, like we all go about life giving a shit about like all this insignificant stuff, like what other people are doing and what other people are saying and all that other shit, like what I'm doing wrong, and like we go into these negative patterns and of behavior. Like, what about starting to give a shit about what matters most? And there's a book I read years ago, and I'm going to recommend this book to you as well. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. It's by a guy called Mark Manson. And like when I got it, it was because I love the title. I love swear words, right? It resonated with me. So I read this book and it's like, you know what, this guy's right. Like there's only so many fucks we can give. Like might as well start giving a shit about what matters, right? So go and get that book. Now, like I said, we must do two things, right? Protect our energy and create our energy and confidence, right? Protecting our energy is critical. Like most people don't do this, right? Like if I have energy, they expend it on all these stuff that it's not going to help them and it's not going to move them forward. So they lose out energy. So they're constantly in this loop with no energy. And then the confidence as well. I don't know how to like collect and create confidence and actually protect that confidence as well. Okay. So how do we do this, right? Well, there's lots of ways, right? Look, for example, like fueling your body, right? Like with the correct nutrition, like eating protein and fats and stuff, have a nice, healthy, varied diet, right? That helps you like feel good. That helps you with feeling good. You feel more confident in yourself. Losing weight, you know, exercise, getting in shape, all that stuff helps with confidence, right? Then is like accountability and like being accountable to yourself and doing what you said you would do, being accountable to someone else in a group, for example, in this group, setting meaningful goals as well. Like it's critical, right? Like when you set a goal that is meaningful to you and you have the desire to get up and go after that goal, like that gives you confidence, that gives you energy, right? Like a lot of the time is like it's not that people lack motivation or people lack energy or people lack willpower, it's they don't have a meaningful goal. They're just uninspired, right? So when a goal is meaningful, like it becomes like you become this goal, and it's like you're passionate about it, you're energized about it. Wake up in the morning full, like excited to take on the day, right? Journaling, right? We're going to cover a couple of things on journaling today here. This is something that we do, right? Like a lot of men think, like I used to think this as well. Oh, journaling is for ladies, it's for women and girls. It's not, right? Like journaling is such a powerful weapon, powerful tool for men and women to seriously like get your thoughts on paper. And like there's different techniques to journaling, right? But getting stuff down on paper, right, it becomes meaningful, becomes real. So one of the things that we do is we get clients to write down their goals, right? For example, at the start. So it becomes real, it becomes meaningful when it's written down on paper. Okay. Mindfulness, right? Meditation, like it's really good, right? For helping you like protect that energy and feel confident, right? Self-care, okay, stress management, sleep, getting up like enough quality sleep, okay, recovery, and of course stepping out of your comfort zone, right? There's no growth happens in the comfort zone, right? Like most people are like we're scared, right? As because of that survival brain to step out of this comfort zone. Like we want to stay here because it's become safe to us, right? We think it's safe, but it really is destroying your lifestyle, right? It's destroying your mental health and your physical health as well. So we need to be able to step outside of that comfort zone. So let's look at the tools now, right? We're going to wrap up this training with a couple of tools, okay, and a couple of and an action point for you to go away after watching this training. Okay, so protect our confidence and grow it daily. Like, how do we do that, right? So we've established that it's important to protect your confidence and grow it daily. So here's what we do, right? Inside one of our programs, we have a morning routine and an evening routine. Nothing drastic, by the way. It's like 5 minutes. So every evening, one thing that we get our clients to do is to write down 3 wins from their day. And these wins can be, doesn't matter how big or small they are, right? It can be anything. So for example, I woke up at 7 o'clock and I had a healthy breakfast, for example, or I did a workout today, or I drank 3 liters of water today, or I had a conversation with my wife that I've been meaning to have and I've been putting off, or I made that phone call. Like you get the deal, right? I went out for a walk, or I did some yoga, whatever it is, right? Doesn't matter how big or small, write it down. 3 wins or successes or achievements that you see as achievement successes, write them down. One thing I learned a long time ago is success to me is not what other people tell me it is, it's what I believe to be success. And if that makes sense, I don't know if that makes sense, right? But what is success to you? Write it down. Okay. So if you imagine you're doing this 3 times a day, right? So writing down 3 wins every single night before bed, that gives you 21 wins that week, right? In 7 days. Over the course of a month, that's 84 wins, right? You add that up over an entire year. Like how many wins is that? It's like a 1,200 or something, right? That's a lot of wins. And do you think that will give you more confidence, right? Like just writing down 3 wins, do you think that will create the feeling of confidence inside of you, first of all? But by building this up, you've got this evidence, portfolio of evidence, building up over the course of the week and the months and years. Like it's just insane, right? It's a confidence that continues to grow. You have that momentum. And do you think that confidence will help you achieve your goals, whether they're weight loss related, whether business related, relationship related? What do you think that will do for you? Do you think that will give you more energy? Like, think about it, right? Of course it will. Like, it's just that little one habit, right? And we have loads of habits, by the way, that we work with. But that little single habit there, 3 wins every day, it takes 2 minutes to grow your confidence and also protect it, right? It's incredible. So that's one tool. The second tool we're going to look at is a morning ritual. So I've given you an evening ritual there, an evening habit. This is a morning ritual, and I'm going to give you 2 little actions here that you can do every morning. Okay. So a morning ritual, and again, go and watch The Power of Habit if you like. We've got trainings on this and other stuff. Feel free to ask, by the way. But set time aside, right? 5-10 minutes in the morning before you do anything else, right? And it's an opportunity for you to build momentum, right? Usually, like the way you start the day is how the rest of the day goes, right? So if you can start from a place of empowerment, that empowerment carries on for the rest of the day. And you feel great for the rest of the day. You have more energy for the rest of the day because you're creating that energy. So these two things are, well, number one, hydrate. Sounds stupid, right? Sounds simple. Well, you'd be surprised at how many people I spoke to who don't drink water in the morning. They go straight for the coffee. That's going to affect all your insulin, your cortisol levels, stress hormones, gets you stressed, and you start off the day in that state, right? So we want to get you in the best possible state. And by drinking water, it's like that's what your body needs in the morning, right? Is water, because you've been all night without drink. So hydrate first thing. So now you've built momentum, right? You've got a better chance of drinking more water for the rest of the day. You've got clarity. It takes rid of that fog and that tiredness that you've got. And the second thing is grab a pen and paper and just write down one thing that you can be grateful for. Again, why do we write this down? Remember, when we write it down, it becomes real, it becomes meaningful. What's one thing that you can be grateful for today? It can be anything. I'm grateful for my coffee. I'm grateful for being alive. I'm grateful for the opportunity in front of me. I'm grateful for the business I've built. I'm grateful for my wife who has, I don't know, who made up the bed last night, and that's helped me have a comfortable night's sleep. I'm grateful for the food I've got available to me. I'm grateful for anything. Find one thing that you're grateful for, and that's it. From now, you start from this position of abundance and being thankful for what you are and what you have. From that place, you will want more. You will want to do more. Because here's the thing, right? There's no in between anything. You're either starting from a place of gratitude or you're starting from a place of being ungrateful. And what you focus on grows, right? It builds momentum. That momentum grows. Look how powerful this is, right? Where you are today, the results that you have is a result of the momentum that you've carried over for the past years. So we want to create a new momentum here, a new movement that inspires you and allows you to take action towards your goals. So look, guys, simple, right? So what to do now? Well, here's the action point from watching this video, right? Practice, like even if it's one thing, either the wins, or it can be just a glass of water in the morning, or it can just be the gratitude in the morning, right? I've given you free tools, free habits. Now, what we do is we use a habit stacking protocol, right? Which means like your brain can only focus on one thing at a time, right? If we try and change everything, you end up burning out and you don't do anything well. Okay? That's the problem. One of the big problems with the health and fitness and health and weight loss and lifestyle change industry is when people try and change too much at once, it's overwhelming, right? So we break it down. So we do one habit, and then once we've mastered that habit, we build another one on top of that. So we stack up the habits. So inside our program in 12 weeks, they've stacked up these like habits like bricks here, and it's become this powerhouse to allow long-term sustainable change that continues to grow, right? So anyway, hope you got something from this video, by the way. Let us know inside the group, by the way, under this training, what's been your takeaway from watching this video? What's your biggest takeaway? And what action are you committed to for this week? Okay. If you want any specific training, any ones I've mentioned inside of this training, or any specific training at all to help you with anything, You can ask me. I might have something for you. I don't know. Right? Simple. There's an opportunity here as well for you to book a call. Okay. Just drop me a message about this. If you want to book a call, we can have a 15-minute chat, see what your struggles are, see what your goals are, and see what's stopping you from achieving that goal. Okay, nothing for sale, just a conversation between man to man. And we'll see if we can help you, like see what's missing in your life and what we need to do. All right, guys. So listen, thanks for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed the training. Have a fantastic rest of the week. Chat soon.